will lead the 49ers in sacks this season?
Low-hanging fruit, Bosa. as long as they manage Bosa properly, they don't put him in a lot on second down, I think is going to be key. Maybe even some first downs. I think they're going to have him on a pitch count early. And let's say he plays mainly third downs for the first few weeks and he's able to just come in and pin his ears back and get after the quarterback. That would be ideal. And then as the season wears on, he gets a little bit more in shape. We aren't concerned anymore that he's got this lingering knee issue. Then he can start being more of a 3-down player again. But if they manage him correctly and just allow him to come in and do what he does, I think Bosa's prime for a 12 to 15 sack season.
I'm going to go with Eric Armstead, and here's why. Like, Bosa's the obvious answer, but Bosa's never been a high sack player, whether it's college or the pros. He's never had a 10-plus sack season in his life. And part of that is because, I mean, he talked about it last year. He struggles to finish plays because he has shorter arms. Like, if you remember Aldon Smith, who I think is the best 49ers pass rusher of my lifetime, those 35-inch arms, once he threw the tackle off, play was over. With Nick Bosa, he gets to the quarterback.
He's the pressure
else
king.
Usually finishes
He's the
play.
pressure king,
And that's where Eric Armstead comes into play, because a lot of what happened to Eric Armstead last year, and Grant made a little video montage of this as well, was he'd get there, but nobody else would get there with him. If you go back to 2019, when other people got there with him, the quarterback came straight to Eric Armstead and he finished the play. And I think that's what's going to happen. The other reason you can really rely on Eric Armstead is I think now we have a 2-3 year sample size of Eric Armstead just playing down in and down out and being healthy and reliable for the 49ers. You can't really say that about many other players on this team that make a lot of money. So I'm going to go with Eric Armstead.
My turn. I'm going to go with Samson Ebukam for a lot of the same reasons that Vish just said. Bosa's good. He could be on a pitch count. He does create more pressure than sacks. Someone else finishes up. Guy with a high motor. It could be Eric Armstead. Eric Armstead had the highest motor on the defense in 2019. I really felt that Eric Armstead played harder than everyone else in 2019. But he was in a contract year. And I have my questions about Eric Armstead's I don't know what you want to call it now. So I think Samson Ebukam has a little bit more to play for, a little bit more to prove. And I've already seen the kind of motor he has. I think putting him on this defense with Chris Kosterick, he might be the one getting those cleanup sacks. Ebukam. I mean, if Kerry Hyder could get what was it, 8, 9 last year, Ebukam could do it too.
I'm going to go with Eric Armstead. 2019, when Nick Bosa was playing, Nick Bosa got 9 sacks and Eric Armstead had more sacks than him. And that's also because Nick Bosa takes the pressure off Eric Armstead on that D-line. And last year, when Nick Bosa wasn't playing, all the pressure was on Eric Armstead and Kerry Hyder. Nobody was worried about Kerry Hyder, and Kerry Hyder would get more sacks than Eric Armstead. So with Nick Bosa coming back this year, that takes the pressure off Eric Armstead. So with Nick Bosa coming back, I got to go with Eric Armstead.
All right, so I'm with Jesse on this one. I'm going with Bosa, and one thing that I think that you guys mentioned was he's the pressure king and that maybe he doesn't finish them, but that's usually atypical. You know, the more pressures you get, the more likely that is that you'll finish sacks. And maybe
it's like hockey, like the more shots on goal you get, right?
Something like that. Yeah. I think he'll, maybe it's considered unlucky. I know Shaq Barrett's kind of the same, although he had a lot of sacks in 2019 where, he's top 5 in pressures, but last year I don't think he had, was top 5 in sacks or something like that. So I think, obviously with the more pressures, the more chances. And I think, top athletes seem to be recovering from injuries, knee injuries better than they have in the past. And so I'm going to go with Nick Bosa, but I would not be surprised if it's Armstead, like you guys mentioned, for the reasons you did. That was kind of smart and out of the box.
I do want to make one more point with Armstead before you move on. And it's the fact that what happened to Armstead also last year is that he wasn't able to really kick inside.
Right.
Because they had a surplus of interior pass rushers. They didn't have anybody on the outside. Grant, you brought up Ebukam. I think Ebukam would be or D Ford, one of those two guys, would be the 4th pass rusher on the outside. And then it's between Kinlaw, Jones, Gibbons, a bunch of people battling to be the 4th pass rusher on this team. And I think because Armstead is able to kick inside, he's a menace. Guards can't handle him. He's too quick. He's too savvy. He's too athletic.
Yeah.
And so I think that especially with Bosa creating the pressure from the outside, you're going to see him get a lot of really easy sacks next year.
Yeah. He's having some slight technical
he is.
difficulties.
Poor guy.
Hey, you all right, man?
Constantly get to see
what's
two
going
of
on,
them
man?
being.
You having some technical difficulties? What's popping?
I don't know. For some reason, he's kicking me out of the stream.
He's
That's all
using
right.
Grant's computer.
It's all right.
Okay, moving.
Hey, now that you're in the game, what you'll realize is that upload speed is your best friend. It's your best friend. I don't know how you get better upload speed, but you gotta find a guy who knows a guy.
He needs to talk to Leo. What Leo did to upgrade his Wi-Fi.
Did he? Because
I don't
man,
know.
that was problematic. Hashtag. All right, I mean, what's the next one?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, I have a question for you guys while Amin's trying to get stuff figured out.
Sure.
So Vish was pretty bullish on Ford playing. Let's say Ford doesn't play. Do we think Arden Key or Ebukam has a better season under that scenario?
I like that question. You already know what I think. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, Ebukam for sure.
You think Ebukam?
I liked Arden Key coming out of LSU, though, I got to say. And he had great reports his rookie year.
I did too. But, like, I mean, are we even sure Arden Key is going to be Jordan Willis for a roster spot?
True.
Jordan Willis wasn't terrible at the end of last year.
Yeah, that's true. I actually thought Jordan Willis actually played hard.